Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? This is Guys and Gals. Hey, hey. All right. Um, it's one of those days. I just want to point out that before we got started, I actually looked down at my shirt and there was something on like my jacket. I don't know if it was a booger or if it was like something else. But anyways, I just wanted to point that out just in case anybody was interested in that. I also think that I might have some baby formula on me still from one of the last days in the last weeks. I don't know, in the last week, not weeks. I've actually washed this hoodie probably sometime in the last week, but there actually is no guarantees. This hoodie could have not been washed in the past week or even month. I mean, that's actually a possibility. So anyways, welcome to Wake Up Legendary, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. I am on one this morning, little delirious this morning. And that's all just because of my son. Okay, he's 2 months old and he does big things at night. Sometimes he likes to party at night, and and so we gotta dial that back a little bit. But anyways, we have a phenomenal and I'm excited to talk to this person. She's young. She's cranking and crushing it. She used to work at Roadhouse, and their motto was "Be Legendary." So maybe her destiny of finding us here at Legendary Marketer was predetermined. Maybe it's odd, maybe it's God. We don't know. We'll never know. But with that being said, would you all help me welcome to the Wake Up Legendary show, Callie Vernon? What's going on, Callie?
Hi, good morning.
I am saying your name right, Callie, right?
Yes, you are.
Awesome. I always like to do things live in front of everybody instead of get all my ducks in a row behind the scenes, because that would make sense, but I don't always like to make sense. You know what I mean?
So, go with the flow.
I'm glad you understand.
I understand.
So you're wearing an Alaska shirt. Is that where you live, or is that where you're from?
No, it's not. It's just comfortable.
Nice. I actually have a couple of tank tops that have so many holes in them.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, they are the most, they need to be thrown away. They should be like your grandpa's rag in the workshop, right. But I continue to wear them just because they're so comfortable. So I totally understand that. Totally understand that.
We get each other.
I get it. So where are you? So you're in Missouri?
Missouri, yes.
Okay.
It's freezing here.
Yeah, it's freezing in Florida too.
Is it?
Looking for pity. It's about, let me see exactly the degree, the temperature, the degree. Let me see the degree.
We're delirious this morning.
It's 54 here. What is it there?
Oh, shoot. Probably at least colder? 32 or below. It's sleeting out.
Oh, it's sleeting.
Oh, yes. Lovely.
So not snowing, sleeting.
Yes, ice just falling and sticking, basically.
Can that hurt you?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in here.
Right. All right. So you have an Alaska sweatshirt. It's sleeting outside, and you're on a live show here talking about internet marketing. How the hell did you get here? How did we get here? What led us to this point? Give us the nutshell version of how you like the path to this moment.
Yeah, well, this is crazy because less than a month ago, I told myself I'd be on this show, and here I am. So
nice.
Let's do it. So this is kind of like my first really true make money online thing that I've ever tried.
Yeah.
And I've researched like drop shipping and Amazon FBA, and I've tried MLM, but I never really went all into it because I didn't want to do it, or there was too much stuff to buy to make it work. Mm-hmm. And so I found Legendary back in September of 2020. Mm-hmm. And I actually found Dylan Crow. He was
Yeah.
like one of the
He is
first
from
people.
Alaska.
He is from Alaska. That's
There
crazy.
you go.
Represent.
Matt, you see that? I'm on it, dude. I'm on it.
I was right there with you. Both of us,
We
our
all thought at the
brainwaves.
same time.
We knew it.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right,
saw
so
him and I like
Dylan.
reached out to him and I was like, hey dude, be real with me. What's the freaking deal? What's this about? Like,
Yeah.
is this legit? And he was just like, yeah, like just gave me straight up the deal, no BS. And I said, okay, I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just so sick and tired of being sad. I had COVID in late
Oh,
October, and that like lasted forever, it felt like. And
really?
so yes, like I was out of work for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but then I had to go back still feeling like horrible. And
Ooh.
then so I was just really depressed and stuff, and I was like, I'm so sick of this, I'm getting out of it. I was worried about money all the time, and I was like, that's no way to live, I'm so done with it. And so I just did Legendary, and like my whole mindset shifted
Yeah.
because of
Wow.
you.
Wow. Really?
Because yeah, really, you're doing things out here, Dave.
Boom. So how did it shift? Like what changed?
Well, day one, just I don't know, the whole challenge basically blew me away because it was just like, okay, I've seen people do like affiliate marketing everywhere and I didn't even know it. And these people are just being themselves, like just, hey, I use this, if you want
Yeah.
it, here it is, like it was just like so simple to me that, I mean, I've never had a social platform ever in my life.
Yeah.
I've been on Instagram, but I was never really posting.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time that I've ever tried to
You were just
ever grow.
stalking and scrolling.
Yeah, I was only a consumer for so long. And then
Yeah,
when you be a creator, your whole mind changes and you just
totally.
see where you can like make money, obviously, but help people too.
Yeah.
Just
Well, you understand the game, right? Like
yeah,
you realize that all these people that are, active on social media, like there's some people who are doing it just to feed their ego or like
right.
they just but the majority of people begin to realize, okay, how can I monetize this audience?
Yeah.
And you start to be able to pick up when you look through your marketing lens, like it's almost like you're given a pair of x-ray glasses
Yes.
that you can see through the initial layer of like consumerism. Like we think that everybody's doing what we're doing, right? We log on to social media, and because our understanding is only our understanding, we just think, well, everybody else is here just scrolling and stalking and commenting and whatever, sharing memes, wasting time, whatever. And you know what, a lot of people, like the majority of people are, but the people who are really visible and the people that we may follow or know about, initially we might have thought, before we had our marketing glasses, we thought, oh, they're just doing what I'm doing, they're just more popular. But you start to be able to pick up the strategies that they're using and the things that they're doing and how they're being intentional with seeding products and then promoting products and using landing pages and building email lists and kind of all that stuff. So was your mind kind of blown? Like, did you instantly see it and you were like, oh shit?
Yeah, instantly saw it because I'm obviously, a 22-year-old girl who is whatever that standard may be, whatever. I get on social media and I watch on TikTok and whatever, and I see who everybody else sees, verified, not verified, a lot of followers, whatever. And they've all the good people, not like just the people who are there to post, but the people who are there to help you do something, which is what it's all about, is helping others. So they keep helping, they keep getting followed, they keep getting audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really did click because I've partaken in all of this, and I could have been doing it the whole time. I just thought, I'm from a small town and there's like 400 people from where I'm from. And I thought no way I would be able to make myself anything on social media because nobody knows me. Well, TikTok really changed that.
Mm. That's interesting, that mindset, that whatever, where I'm from, or how I grew up, or where I live now, or whatever,
Hmm.
is like how we sort of adopt the offline mindset online, I
Right.
guess, is the best way for me to say it. It's like it your mindset in terms of like offline reality is kind of realistic.
Hmm.
It's like if you're from a city, 400 people, it's kind of realistic to think the way that you were just thinking,
Yeah.
because you there's not a lot of opportunity. I mean, you got a marketplace of 400 people. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, say that you go into haircut, like say you're a barber. Well, okay, or whatever. Say you're a like I was in tile installation and like bathroom and kitchen remodels, and you can there's probably going to be competition, so the marketplace is just small. But then you get online, and the difference between 400 and 8 billion is uncomprehendable. The
Yes.
difference between a million and a billion is the difference that if you were like, I forgot this example to the T, but it's something like if you were to the amount of seconds in a million, it would take you like a couple of days or a couple of weeks. And if you counted the seconds or something in a billion, it would take you like 20 or 30 years.
Years. Yeah.
Right. So if we go from 400 to 8 billion, or even a million, right? Let's just say that your potential reach is a million. The difference between 400 and a million is like it's hard to comprehend.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you come online and you realize that there's this whole big world.
Mhm.
Did the size of that opportunity dawn on you, or immediately, or do you think it's dawned on you yet, or has it? Where are you at with kind of understanding the, like, I know you instantly saw like the business model and saw what other people are doing, but in terms of shifting that mindset that you just described of, there's not a lot of opportunity, or how can somebody like me, have you shift your mindset to now seeing the opportunity, and where is your self-belief now at, or growing to, in terms of how you can be successful with it?
Well, obviously, it always has to do and start with the mindset, and you have to have a growth mindset because you have to realize that it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. All these people that you're seeing, they were on every single social media platform before TikTok. Most of them that are really big. And if not, they started TikTok when it came out.
Yeah.
So they just have been doing it for a lot longer. And when you haven't been doing this at all, you just have to find what works for you. You just have to test things out, and like your mind has to be open, because especially on somewhere like TikTok, whenever I hit 10,000 followers, or whenever I hit 1,000 followers, actually, I was just like, I don't even know, like 50 people. And here I have an audience of 1,000. And like, it's just like, I just reached so many people with this.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they're doing it. It's just like, I was just felt, I don't know, powerful because I was able to do that. But also like, I was just so thankful because like, it's just something to discover this and like actually do it and follow through and see results and want to keep going, because a lot of people want to give up when they don't make a sale one day. You
And
gotta have the growth mindset.
I would imagine that as a young person, you can feel somewhat powerless being a consumer nowadays with social media the way that it is.
Yeah.
I'm obviously a bit older now, and I didn't grow up really with social media. It didn't come, it really didn't blow up. We didn't have cell phones and stuff until I was into my 20s. So, I don't even remember when I got my iPhone. Like, I think I was 24 24, 25, 26, something like that. You know, I had like, I can remember being clean. I got clean and kind of got my act together when I was 24. And I can remember having one of those Nokias. And then I don't know when the iPhone came out, but I got one within the next couple of years or whatever. But I didn't, you know, even then we didn't have a lot of the platforms that are around now. So, you know, you've had social media for the past, and have you had a phone? Did you have a phone pre-18 also?
Oh, yes. I've had a
Yeah.
phone, yeah, since I was pretty young.
Yeah.
Like
So I
I had a flip phone for a really long time.
Right, but then obviously 17, probably 18 for
Yes.
sure. You definitely probably had an iPhone and
iPhone.
got on social media and stuff, right? And I can imagine that growing up as a young person, male or female, right? You're looking at all these different things and it can feel pretty intimidating. It can create and breed this sort of dynamic of comparisonitis, right?
Yes.
Of like looking at other girls or guys looking at other guys and I can understand why the reason why I'm going here is because you said I felt powerful. Before that, did you feel powerless? I don't want to assume, but I'm trying to tap into how other young people also might feel as they're just consuming. Did you feel somewhat powerless? And then when you sort of was like, okay, I'm not going to just be a consumer anymore, I'm going to be a creator, and you felt more powerful. Is that because you felt powerless before that? Describe how you felt, or how social media or how the internet made you feel before that. Was it just another thing, or did it sort of beat down on your self-esteem? Help me understand that a little bit.
So whenever I was like 17, 18, in high school and stuff, it made me feel powerless. I felt like I had to post on Instagram to get anybody to like me, which I don't understand why, because like I
Yeah,
said,
it doesn't matter, but that's how you felt.
right, that's how everyone felt back then for me, and especially in our small town, because what
Wow.
else are we gonna do? I don't know. It was just like,
Wow, really? So even in your small town, there was that much social pressure to be on social media and to post, and then of course you're seeing other people around the world, and you felt somewhat powerless and insecure, and like did
oh
seeing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
wow.
yeah, absolutely. And I especially think, I mean, I'm sure it happens for guys, but especially girls, and especially girls in my age now and younger than me and like my sisters, like
Yeah,
they're just seeing it all, and they've seen it all since they were very young. So
yeah.
it's getting engraved. But then when I went to college for a little bit, and I thought I wanted to be like a nurse,
Mhm.
but that wasn't for me. And college kind of changed. I hated college. I hated going to class. I didn't talk to anybody, like literally made no friends. Just didn't, I kind of like got off social media altogether. I still had them, but I was like never posting or anything.
Yeah,
And I just kind of went into that like depression state and like have no idea what I'm doing.
yeah,
Just not in a good place for kind of long, from like 19 to I guess 20, but like a year. But my journey hasn't been that long. But I think I
sure.
figured out a lot in that time,
Yeah,
which
no, it
is
sounds like it.
also powerful, because people don't realize that, yeah, you're going to go through some stuff, but once you start actually attempting to figure it out and get it together, it
Mhm.
gets so easy.
Mm,
It's going to become effortless if you create the habits and
mm.
do whatever you want to do. Like, just do it for you.
Yeah. So life feels more clear and effortless to you now than ever
Yes.
before?
Yes. It's crazy.
Describe that a little bit for us. I mean, I think the clarity piece is also really interesting. I've got this belief in saying that self-esteem comes from clarity, like really being clear about who I am and what I'm doing. And then clarity comes from simplification. You know, I need to simplify things and then get clear. And then if I follow through, then that leads to building of my self-esteem. But you know, you really responded when I said do you feel more clear and you feel like life is more effortless. Why? What feels more clear to you now?
I think people don't know what to do with college.
Mm,
And they say, go to college, get a job, blah, blah, blah. I went to college, hated it, didn't want to do it. I had no idea what to do. I wasn't clear on anything. And I've always kind of wanted to make money online. So I think the clarity thing kind of I'm kind of losing my train of thought. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
let me come back in and reframe the question. You said that life feels more effortless, and
Yes.
I wondered if that was because you feel more clear and you feel like maybe you're not wasting energy doing things that you don't like to do, or basically, why does life feel more effortless now? Is it because you have more clarity? Is it because you're doing something that you feel really good about? Why does life feel more effortless? Because I think life feels really heavy and hard to a lot of people.
yeah, and that was me 4 months ago. It felt really heavy and hard. And it really just takes, I know that's silly, but like self-affirmations, telling yourself that you're freaking awesome, that you're amazing, that you can do this. Like, I know that's silly, but it's really not. It really helps, especially from someone who has suffered from no self-confidence, anxiety, depression. Guess what? We all have. Let's figure it out. Aren't you sick of feeling that way? That's how I felt. I was so sick of feeling that way. I was like, I'm just going to snap out of it. I saw all these people snapping out of it. And I was like, I'm going to make the decision to snap out of it because I was just so done. And it was so clear because of you, because in the affiliate marketing, I was so stressed about money all the time. So the affiliate marketing gave me a clear path on how I was going to like live the rest of my life, however I wanted to.
So you really see yourself turning this into a career. I mean, obviously we titled this because it's reality right now.
Right.
CNA has a booming business and it's taken off, but you really see yourself in right now it might be considered more of a side hustle, right? But you see, you have clarity that this turning into an actual career, and you turning this into a full-time, this is what I do, I'm dead ass serious about this, and this is what I do and where I'm going. Is that what I'm picking up?
That's really clear. And that's kind of crazy because like I haven't like, I've wrote it down, but I haven't like said that, but I could probably see myself. I could picture my life in 5 years and I know exactly what it looks like.
Wow.
Which is not something that a lot of people can say now that I'm thinking about it.
Sure. No, totally not.
Because that's the question that freaks you out at the job interviews.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And what a bunch of dumbass questions usually that job interviews like really ask. It's a bunch of positioning and what's your biggest weakness? And what's your biggest? It's just like, it really is a dog and pony show in many respects, and kind of the blind leading the blind, ego and so forth. So what have you learned going through the challenge and being a part of Legendary that you weren't getting in college or in previous experiences, whether it be educational or just life experiences before?
That I can do whatever I want to do. I don't have to be anything that my family tells me to be. Not that my family tells me to be anything. I have an amazing supportive family. Hopefully my dad watches this, but anyway.
Hi Dad.
Hi Dad. But I keep losing my train of thought.
No, it's fine. I because we talked to, you were shouting out your dad and stuff. I mean, that's important. I just asked, well, screw it. I don't even remember what I asked anyway either. So we're both
good.
So what would you say to somebody? I guess I asked before what you had like learned here that you didn't learn in previous education experiences. And you were just like that I can do anything. And I assume that just also like how to think in a sense too, because for me anyways, in traditional education, I just realized that a lot of the educators that I was being educated by were, we're not really people who now as an adult, I look back, I would actually want to take advice from, sure, they may be able to teach me the history of something or whatever, but what I realized that I needed was I had like some raw talents just like you clearly do and everybody else who's watching. And what I needed was I needed to be shown how to take those raw talents and channel them in a direction that I was passionate about, and shown specifically how to use those raw talents and turn them in to valuable skill sets.
Yes.
Leadership, like, oh, leadership. Let's go take a class on leadership. But what does it look like to lead? Like, what does it look like in doing this, doing online and affiliate marketing? It gives me an opportunity to speak both inspiration, but also deliver value. And that's it. That's me acting leadership. And then of course I get opportunities to do customer service, or maybe I'll hire a virtual assistant, or begin hiring maybe a video editor. And then I have a chance to be able to practice leadership by giving them feedback and giving them positive affirmations, or carefronting them when they're not delivering something that is up to my standards or expectations. And I also get to learn communication skills. Well, maybe they're not delivering what I want because I didn't clearly communicate what I want. So I need to learn how to be more clear. It forces me to take personal responsibility, because if I don't, Elon Musk said this the other night. He was doing a little talk conference call or something. And somebody said something like, what did they say? I actually screenshotted it. Let me tell you, it's kind of funny. They said, what words of encouragement would you give to an entrepreneur? And Elon said, if you need words of encouragement, don't be an entrepreneur, right? So entrepreneurship teaches you how to take personal responsibility.
Yes.
Instead of always needing somebody else to get your ass up out of bed, or to, encourage you and all this. There's a difference between a supportive environment and motivation. Like, we as entrepreneurs need to learn how to motivate ourselves. And if we're not, we need to take personal responsibility for that. And entrepreneurship teaches you how to take personal responsibility, because you're at a certain point faced, if you say, oh, that person scammed me and that person screwed me over and that course sucked and that business didn't work, you realize, oh shit, the common denominator in all of this is me.
Yeah.
So I need to look at me, especially if other people are succeeding with what I'm doing, and I need to figure out what I can do better. So, for me, as a 9th grade dropout, somebody who also just didn't thrive in that traditional educational environment, of sitting in the class. I mean, I'm a crazy ADD lunatic who needs to be able to move and get up and stand up at my desk, or take a break and sort of do what I want. But I also need to learn how to couple that with discipline, right? But it's on my terms. It's on my terms. It's not being told what to do. So and that's what I kind of experienced in traditional education. Am I telling your story here? Does this feel like it relates to you as well?
Yes, absolutely. Discipline is the biggest thing that you need. And it's really not even motivation, because you can want to get motivated all you want, but it's still not going to do anything. The discipline is what's going to make you get out of bed and do whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to voluntarily discomfort yourself to make it comfortable. You know what I mean?
I love that. Voluntarily discomfort yourself. Totally. Yeah. Like, and it's different when you're doing it for you versus when you're being told to do it by some teacher that you maybe don't. And I'm not saying that education or college or school, whatever, is bad, because I think there's 8 billion people in the world, and for a certain person, it's perfect. But for others, it's not. And it's not a one size fits all. It's not a cookie cutter formula. And it's one of the reasons why we try to even keep our community and company dynamic, is because we realize that some people will learn better from courses. Some people will learn better from courses and reading a transcription along with, watching the video. Some people will learn better in a group environment. Some people will learn better by listening to stories, like, how we bring people on the Wake Up Show. Some people will learn better by more one-on-one stuff. So we try to provide, a dynamic environment. So it's not a one size fits all. And so hopefully somebody's story, maybe on Wake Up Legendary here, yours, or maybe it was Don's last week, 81 years old, something's going to hit and click, and you're going to be able to see yourself and say, okay, I wasn't able to really relate and identify with others, but I can identify with this. And I've already seen many people. I saw a guy, I'm 23. I can relate to what she's saying and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's also about finding your tribe, right?
Yeah, it is. It's about finding your people who want the same things as you, and who, I mean, like, there's so many of us out there. It's crazy. The internet is so big. It's not close competition at all, because it's so big, it's so vast, and we're all different, and there's always going to be people who like something that you like.
Totally. It's a beautiful thing to learn how to use these tools as a gift instead of a curse. Like, the internet is such a curse to so many people, and it's also such a curse to so many young people.
Right.
Like what we were alluding to a second ago, with just logging on and it creating like feelings of isolation and loneliness and depression and anxiety. And it's such a wonderful thing to know that everybody has an opportunity to turn what was once a struggle and sort of a pain spot into a beautiful strength. And I'm so happy and proud of you because you did all that.
I didn't think about it like that until you said it. That's awesome.
Yeah, you did all that, like, we were here, sure, and we're doing our thing, and we've done it in our own way, but like, you saw, you, instead of just, seeing Dylan's video and just being like, F him or whatever, you were like, hold on, let me be curious. Let me take the action to reach out. Like, that took courage, and especially reaching out to a guy, you don't know how he could have reacted. He might have been a total creep or whatever. Thankfully, he's a cool cat. But like, he's like, yeah, like, it's legit. Like, he's not out being a typical douchebag dude on the internet trying to pick up chicks. Like, he's building his future and his business. So he reaches out respectfully, and I'm assuming he does, but anyways, like, reaches out like, yo, yeah, this is legit. Like, treat you like a fellow entrepreneur, like, or at least somebody who's looking to take it seriously or look into it. And then boom, you're off to the races. Like, so good for you. Like, if I was your dad, and I'm not trying to show pops up, but I would be so proud of you. Like,
I think you
are awesome and incredible, and really just a really cool and just brave. And also, and it's not just about you being female. So I'm not trying to make it's about young people. Like, it's about somebody who's young, who is like, yo, I'm going to question things. I'm going to be curious about things. I'm going to take things into my own hands, and I'm going to get in there and ask questions, and I'm going to look into things. And then I'm not just going to consume, but I'm going to create. I'm going to actually learn it, do it. And then hell, I might turn around and teach it to others.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So good for you.
Thank you.
What would you say to somebody who is maybe looking online, try drop shipping, network marketing? You mentioned in your questionnaire, like, I've done that as well. What would you say to somebody who's like also looking at Legendary in our community and is like, is this legit? Should I get involved? Can this help me?
I would like just kind of giggle and say, this is the most powerful thing I've ever experienced. Like, these people are the realest you will ever get. Literally have never found anything like Legendary. And I think everyone can agree with me here that, I mean, it's true. I mean, there's just nothing else that I've come across that has been anything like this, with a community who literally helps you every single day, who you could just ask a question and boom, 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 12 answers for you there, in our groups. It's really powerful, because you created this whole community of awesome people. And if you're thinking about Legendary, you're thinking right, because that's the only way to be legendary.
And legendary marketer, not legendary roadhouse, right?
Right. We're not there anymore.
That's epic. That's great. No, thank you really. And I mean, I wish, there was probably a certain point in my life to where I would have been like, oh yeah, I'm awesome. But like the truth is that that this community has grown way beyond me and my ability to be able to, take credit really for anything. It's people like you and people like Matt Hetzel, our CMO, and Julie, and all of our BPAs, and all of the people who make it a goal to come on the show like you did. So just before we wrap up, I want to just hear about that really quick. So what like you've achieved the goal, you're here, and we should celebrate that, right? You
Yeah.
should like really, I hope you have a great day today, specifically around that accomplishment of us seeing you and seeing your work and then reaching out and saying, hey, we'd like to interview you and have you on the show. But take us back to the original day or moment that you set the goal, and then what it feels like now to have to be here.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It was definitely in December, but I don't forget who was on the show, but I was watching the show. When I woke up that day, I was watching it, and you and whoever was on there said, make it a goal I'm going to be on this show on this day, blah, blah, blah. Write it down. And I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to freaking do that. I went and got in the shower. I said, I'm going to be on Wake Up Legendary. I'm going to be on it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be there. And here we are. So made it happen.
Nice. Simple as that.
Yep.
All right, Callie, you are awesome. Let me share your TikTok so everybody can connect with you here. I think I've already got it pulled up. Let's see, share screen. Yes. Okay. They've pulled it up, but or we've got it on the screen, but here it is. Hey _ it's Cal.
Hey.
So nice. I love it. You guys go connect with her, follow her. I would assume you might also be on Facebook as well.
Facebook group, yes.
Yeah, you're on Facebook and then in our Facebook group. But yeah, like great work, and keep up the great work. We'll keep your handle up there as I close out the show. But I just want to tell you, great job. Keep up the great work. We're all proud of you. And I hope you'll be willing to come back and give us an update here in a couple of months.
Heck yeah. Thank you. Absolutely.
All right, Callie. We'll talk to you later. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. Fun and inspirational. But remember, I like that quote that Elon told that probably up and coming entrepreneur, what sort of inspiration or motivation would you tell an entrepreneur? And he said, if you need motivation, you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. So reach down today inside and ask yourself, how can I be somebody else's motivation instead of waking up every day and needing somebody to motivate me? Because when you do that, you're putting your power in somebody else's hands. And the number one core concept or principle of entrepreneurship and also independent living, right? Which is what, I mean, for me, the pinnacle of life is freedom in independent living, the ability to make my own choices, the ability to do what I want, where I want, with who I want, when I want, how much I want. And that's all about me not needing somebody to motivate me to go and do the work to be able to achieve that. And that's been crucial. So Callie's story is just that, is taking the bull by the horns and making a decision that she was not going to put her future or success in anybody else's hands. And I think that's a huge takeaway. Not only the inspiration of her story, not only the inspiration of her age, and just how she turned social media from a depression-ridden anxiety pill that you wake up and you open your phone every day and take a big old swig of that, but turn that into a strength. But also how it's like, yo, I'm going to take my future freedom, my independence into my own hands. I'm not going to let anybody else control that. right? That's a big and powerful move that each one of you can make. Everybody's capable and qualified to make that. You don't have to wait for anybody to give you permission. You can do that. And I encourage you and invite you to do that right now, today, right here, to make that decision. Remember that you can also listen to these on Spotify, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. Just type in Wake Up Legendary. Okay. That's all you got to do. And it should come up. Get into the challenge, get into our blueprints. Like, really put some skin in the game, both with your own time, but also with money. There's going to be an investment. You're not going to find the free magical money machine that's going to take no time and money. It's going to take commitment, right? It's not just, oh, I made a decision to live independent. No, follow through, baby. Follow through. You make that decision every day, and sometimes you make it a couple of times a day, right? When shit gets hard, you're like, okay, I need to take a break and I need to start my day all over again. All right. So get out of here. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Wake Up Legendary. Be great. Be